The cold wind howled through the darkness as I made my way down the dimly lit street, Halloween decorations casting eerie shadows on the pavement. The night was ripe with an electric anticipation, as if the very air crackled with malevolence. I couldn't help but shiver, both from the chill in the air and the unsettling feeling that something was amiss. I had always been drawn to the supernatural, fascinated by the tales of ghosts and monsters that haunted the night. But this Halloween, my curiosity had led me down a path from which I couldn't escape. It all started when I received an anonymous letter, inviting me to a midnight gathering at an abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town. Intrigued and eager for an adventure, I couldn't resist the temptation. The mansion loomed before me, its once grand facade now crumbling and decaying. The windows were shattered, like the empty eyes of a forgotten soul, and the door creaked ominously as I pushed it open. The sound echoed through the empty halls, as if the house itself were groaning in agony. Inside, I found a flickering candle on a dusty table, casting dancing shadows upon the faded wallpaper. The room was adorned with cobwebs, like gossamer strands of forgotten dreams. There was a musty scent in the air, a mixture of decay and something else, something sinister. As I cautiously ventured deeper into the mansion, I noticed an old portrait hanging on the wall. The figure in the painting seemed to follow me with its hollow eyes, a chilling smile playing upon its lips. It was as if the house was alive, watching my every move, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. A sudden sound, like a whisper in the wind, caught my attention. I turned, my heart pounding in my chest, and saw a faint glimmer of light emanating from a partially open door. With a mix of trepidation and curiosity, I pushed it further ajar. Inside, I found a room filled with occult symbols scrawled upon the floor, the walls adorned with strange runes and sigils. A pentagram, its lines carved deeply into the wooden boards, caught my eye. The air grew thick with an otherworldly energy, a palpable sense of malevolence. A voice, a mere whisper, echoed in my ears. "Welcome," it hissed. "You have been chosen." The words seemed to come from all directions, filling the room with an unsettling presence. Panic surged through me, but I couldn't tear my gaze away from the cryptic symbols that surrounded me. A flickering candle suddenly ignited, casting an eerie glow upon a hidden doorway. The temptation to explore further was irresistible, despite the fear coursing through my veins. I stepped through the portal and found myself in a chamber of horrors. The walls were lined with shelves, each holding jars containing grotesque specimens. Eyes, severed hands, and other unidentifiable body parts stared back at me, their preservation a macabre testament to the madness that had transpired within these walls. But the true horror lay at the center of the room, a summoning circle, its intricate patterns pulsating with an unholy energy. It was then that I realized the purpose of my presence here. I was not an invited guest, but a sacrifice, a pawn in a diabolical ritual. The realization struck me like a physical blow. I turned to flee, but the door behind me slammed shut with a resounding thud, sealing my fate. The air grew colder, the shadows swirling around me as if they were alive. Desperation clawed at my chest, my screams drowned out by the malevolent laughter that echoed through the chamber. And so, on that fateful Halloween night, I became a vessel for the forces beyond our understanding. My soul forever trapped in the mansion, forced to witness the horrors that unfolded year after year, while the world above carried on, oblivious to the darkness that lurked beneath the surface. Beware, for the veil between our world and the next is thin on Halloween night. And if you ever stumble upon an invitation to a midnight gathering in an abandoned mansion, heed my warning and turn away. For there are terrors in the darkness that can never be escaped.